Hey guys, I made a macrame mandala with semicircles, and here's what I did. I used this 4mm cord. I used this ring that I got from Walmart. I made 7 sets of semicircles to cover the ring. Adjust the amount of sets depending on the size of your ring. For each set, I cut 1 cord at 30 inches, 3 cords at 34 inches, and 1 cord at 18 inches. You can cut them longer just to be safe. Tie the 30-inch cord onto the ring using a lark's head knot. To do this, align the ends to find the center. Then place it over the ring, bring the ends through the loop created, and pull it tight. To the left of it, tie one of the 34-inch cords using a lark's head knot. But before pulling it tight, create a 2-inch difference at the bottom. The left cord should be 2 inches shorter than the right cord. Take the second cord from the left and use that as your holding cord. Bring it over the cord to the right of it and make double half-inch knots going toward the right. To do this, make a number 4 with the left cord over the holding cord. Bring the end through the loop created and do this twice. Repeat this with the other cord. Next, bring the cord that was used as the holding cord over the ring and through the loop created. Cross over the cord on the right. Then bring the cord under the ring and through the loop created. It should look like a lark's head knot. On the left, tie another 34-inch cord with a lark's head knot. This time, create a 4-inch difference at the bottom. The left cord should be 4 inches shorter than the right. Again, use the second cord from the left as your holding cord. Bring it over the cord to the right of it and make double half-inch knots going toward the right. When you reach the middle, you'll notice a gap. To fill the gap, tie the 18-inch cord to the holding cord using a reverse lark's head knot, also known as a cow hitch knot. To do this, align the ends to find the center. Then place it under the holding cord, bring the ends through the loop created, and pull it tight. Continue making double half-inch knots going toward the right. At the end of the arc, tie the holding cord to the ring with a lark's head knot. Then on the left, tie the last 34-inch cord to the ring using a lark's head knot. This time, create a 6-inch difference at the bottom. The left cord should be 6 inches shorter than the right. Use the second cord from the left as your holding cord and make double half-inch knots going toward the right. At the end of the arc, tie the holding cord to the ring using a lark's head knot. It should look like this. Then make another set. This is the pattern for where the two sets meet. I use the 6 cords in the middle. With the 2 center cords, bring the left cord over the right cord. Use this as your holding cord. Take the now left cord and make double half-hitch knots going toward the right. Take the 3rd cord from the left and use that as your holding cord. Bring it over the cord to the left of it and make double half-hitch knots going toward the left. To do this, make a backwards 4 with the now right cord over the holding cord. Bring the end through the loop created and do this twice. I made a knot with the 2 middle cords. It's either called a cross knot or a Chinese crown knot. To do this, make a U shape with the right cord. Bring the left cord over it and wrap it. Then bring the cord through the loop created. Be sure to hold all the cords in place. Next, tighten the top cord. Insert it through the loop below and pull it tight. Then tighten the right cord. This is another way to make this knot. I learned this after I made my mandala, and this may be a simpler version. Take the right cord and bring it over the left cord. Wrap around the cord, ending back on the right side. Make a loop and go back under the left cord. Then hold it in place. Bring the bottom cord to the back and through the top loop. Then bring the cord through the bottom loop and tighten the cords. Next, take the left cord that was used as a holding cord. Continue to use it as a holding cord and make double half-hitch knots going toward the right. Stop when you reach the center. Then take the right cord that was used as a holding cord. Continue to use it as a holding cord and make double half-hitch knots going toward the left. Stop when you reach the center. With the two middle cords, make a double half-hitch knot going toward the left. My shortest cord ended up being 1 3/4 of an inch. I used the short side of a post-it as my guide to trim the cords. Next, I comb the strands a little at a time. Then I cut any long strands. I decided to shorten the strands. I added a nail in this gap. If you want the semicircle at the top of your mandala, I suggest adding the nail to the spot where you added the cow hitch knot. There should be a slight gap there. After I hung the mandala, I pressed the strands down and they seem to stay in place. You could also try using a fabric stiffener to keep the ends in place. And here's how it turned out.